yeah, I don't know what happened, but the first week of February kind of just went in a blur. I'm in the middle of so many different books right now. I'm still in the middle of Iron Flame, Hellbent. I took a break from those and I started reading Pucking Around, which I had no idea how smutty it was gonna be. And that book was 750 pages long. It got to the point where I was just like skimming for the plot. I was like, what's the end game? Who's gonna end up with who? I gave it 3 stars. Like, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but I definitely finished it. Right now I'm reading Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. It actually has been on my TBR for quite a long time, and it's my book club's read for this month. I plan to finish this book this week, and hopefully that will get me to kind of go back into Iron Flame and Hellbent. Actually, I'm on the tail end of The Perfect Marriage as an audiobook. I think I have like an hour and a half left. I have no suspects in my head because I just don't pick up context clues like that. But yeah, I also need to show you guys a book haul because I've accumulated quite a sufficient amount of books in the past like 2 weeks, which I said I wouldn't buy any new books. I have to make a rule. I have to unhaul like 10 books for me to buy 1 new one. That's what I should do. So again, let's do a count of what I'm in the middle of. Iron Flame, Hellbent, Before I Let Go, and The Perfect Marriage. Plan to finish Before I Let Go and The Perfect Marriage this week. Am I gonna get back into Iron Flame and Hellbent? I don't know. I guess we will find out. My god, it's like I'm like not surprised on who it was, but also I am that it was her. It was Sarah. It was freaking Sarah. Yo, she said, F my husband, I'm gonna kill her, you get framed, I don't want to divorce you or else you take half my earnings. That was a really fun listen. I would have to give it like 4 stars. Geneva, I'm on a Jeneva Rose kick. That's my second one. And like actually I borrowed another Jeneva Rose book from Libby. It's You Shouldn't Have Come Here, which I'm gonna start now. Wow, that was crazy. As soon as she said that she found out who this like third set of DNA was, and then the trial happened and they didn't bring it up, I was like, oh, it's Clip. It's her. Right? It's her. Wow. Hello, lovers. Happy Valentine's Day. Today has probably been the longest freaking day ever. I was on calls from like 8:30 till 3:30. Like, with some breaks in between, maybe like 15-20 minute breaks, but I was pretty much glued to my chair all day. I feel very mentally exhausted, but I'm actually trying out a new gym today. I went yesterday actually, and I was very overwhelmed. It was very busy. The gym I go to now, it's a little bit more, I guess, like secluded. Not even secluded, just it's a much smaller gym, so it's like not a lot of people are there, and I never have to wait for machines. But yesterday was a little overwhelming. Back again just because I needed a change of scenery, and pretty sizable gym. It has a lot of good machines that I like. A little reading update. I started listening to You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Jeneva Rose. A woman named Grace, she goes to an Airbnb in the middle of like, I don't know, Wyoming, I'm not sure where, and there's an Airbnb host named Calvin. And like right from the jump, they're so horny for each other, and that's all it's been in the past, like, what's it called? 13. I'm on chapter 13. It's just all sexual tension that's been building up between Calvin and Grace, and I'm just like, what is the plot? I actually have no idea what it's even about, besides I think someone dies. I don't know how I would feel about going to an Airbnb where the host is living there as well. Don't know how I would feel if like the host was very incredibly good looking as well. I may be swayed. I don't know. Ignore red flags. I just touched up my hair, so now that I've already talked about it, but I got a perm back in December. Products that I've been loving for it. It's Not Your Mother's Curl Talk. It's the cream and the gel. Depending. I like the cream on its own. It gives like a really like
gives a lot of volume right here, as you can see. Anyway, so I feel like, you know, the DL Saturdays are normally my tidying up days in the house, where, you know, I'm cleaning the kitchen, bathrooms, vacuuming the hallways, the house, mopping, laundry, all that good stuff. But I'm just getting a little bit ready to take my cousin to his Saturday program, and I actually have to leave soon. All right, makeup is done. I just did a little bit color tint and stuff, and then I actually got a new lip tint from Romand, so let's try it out. Don't judge my space. It's messy. It's been during the week. Okay, just let's try this lip tint, and I feel like I'm getting it all over my lip now. Damn, Koreans really like know how to formulate makeup and skincare. Let me just get dressed very quickly and then head out. Oh, I can't believe I made it to the gym. So I'm 4 hours into this audiobook and still nothing has happened. I'm so confused. There's a missing girl that was supposed to be at Calvin's Airbnb a couple weeks ago before Grace came, and she supposedly never checked in and they're looking for her. But also, Grace is very sus as well. Just she's been having car issues and she can't go anywhere. She's just being chaperoned and chauffeured by Calvin, which, by the way, I think it's super freaking weird that he's doing everything and beyond for her when they've only met each other like 6 days ago. I don't know what twist is gonna be. I don't know if it's like Calvin's the killer. Grace could very much be the killer too, because her whole I'm just gonna throw a dart at the map of the US or anywhere in the world, and I particularly landed on Wyoming. And by the way, she's good at darts, so I feel like she knew. But anyway, so and go to Wyoming and do my research on Airbnbs out here, and just so happen to choose Airbnb with the manly host that's hot and single. Huh? Anyway, I'm home now. I needed to change out of my sweatshirt because it was so sweaty. So I kind of wanted to show you guys a little compiled stack of books that I've accumulated in the past couple weeks, which I already broke my no book buying ban for this whole year, because I said that I would try to read all the books I have left to read on my bookshelves, and yeah, I guess like really rapid fire of what I've gotten. The Brothers Karamazov by, oh god, Fyodor Dostoevsky. I just know that he wrote Crime and Punishment, and I've heard that this is a great, great book. I got my first Toni Morrison book. Well, actually, I have The Bluest Eye here somewhere too that I just started getting to as well. I got The Bluest Eye and Sula. Yeah, I just can't believe I've never read any of her books before, but something that like I've always seen, I know about it, and yeah, I just saw it in the bookstore and I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta get it. Next book I got is the new book by Han Kang. It's We Do Not Part, and I was trying to look for the white book at Barnes & Noble, but it wasn't there, and then I checked like online and it was set for pre-order, but I could have sworn this book was out for a long time. Anyway, I've read her other books before. I have The Vegetarian and Human Acts, which were both like, wow. Yeah, but I haven't read the white book and Greek Lessons, which it was either Greek Lessons or this, and I kind of really wanted to get into this. It seems really interesting. I love historical fiction books, specifically Korean historical fiction. Next two are actually some arcs. So I have, actually this is not an arc. Did this come out yet? Anyway, Zando Books was kind enough to send me Scythe and Sparrow. I was not able to attend their launch party because it was on a work day and I just wasn't going to be able to make it, especially living out on Long Island and traveling to the city. It's kind of hard. They were kind enough to send me this whole box of like goodies, including this book, and this is the third book in the Ruinous Love trilogy, which includes Butcher and Blackbird and Leather and Lark. The third one with the third brother. So excited. The Ruinous Love trilogy is definitely like my guilty pleasure books. If you're thinking of reading it, please definitely read all the trigger warnings that come with it. This is another arc, As You Wish. It's about 3 girls living as au pairs in Korea. Yeah, I think there's some magical realism, which I tend to gravitate towards a lot. Story set in Korea, it tugs at my heart. This other one is I Who Have Never Known Men. As you know, I've been kind of on like a bender about banned books and just a little fearful of what our future holds. And the more dystopian a book, the more real it is. So this is a popular one that I've seen and I picked it up on Pango Books. It was like $3, which shout out to Pango Books. I have 2 Brene Brown books. One is The Gifts of Imperfection and Daring Greatly. I listened to her TED Talk for the first time about the power of vulnerability, which I listened to it like 2 weeks ago, I think, and the TED Talk came out like 10 years ago. I'm going into my nonfiction book territory this year, like pretty heavily. Like self-help books. It's a little crazy. People change. People change. And last but not least is The Wedding People by Alison Esbach. Right? Esbach? This is part of my friend's book club. And yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about this book. I really wanted to read it on my Kindle, but it wasn't available as an ebook. And then Libby had it for like 20 weeks wait. So I pulled the trigger and I got the physical book. I just hate hardcovers. Something about it, I'm just like, what is the point of this? Just what is the point of that? I'm not gonna carry this around while I read this book, you know what I mean? It's a big pet peeve of mine, and call me spoiled, because I am. That's my book haul that I've accumulated in the since this year started. I should make a rule that like, if I'm able to sell 10 books, I can buy 1. Or maybe 5 books. But I need to make a rule about that for sure, because books are not cheap. They're very expensive. Yeah, well, that's my haul. Let me know if you read any of these books and if you enjoyed them as well. I'm going to put my AirPods in and do laundry, put these piles of books away because I tried to film some TikToks and Reels this week that I just didn't get to. And yeah, they're just piled up here. Oh, yeah, no, that's it. That's all I have, folks. I just finished You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Jeneva Rose. I give it 3 stars. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it. Would I recommend it? Yeah, sure. I won't spoil anything, but 90% of this book, they were so horny for each other and it got old very quickly. Some of the things, I was like, it was so obvious that it made me second guess myself the entire time. So when the reveal came out about like, I guess, who the killer was, I was like, well, okay. And then like the twist in the end wasn't that shocking either. It was pretty obvious. That also was pretty obvious. So I was like, okay. The audiobook was really fun to listen to. I really like dual narratives, especially if there are 2 voice actors. So that was great. This was probably the quickest I've ever finished an audiobook. I started it yesterday. Yeah, I started it yesterday on Valentine's Day. Or was it Thursday? Regardless. This was my 3rd Jeneva Rose book in the past 3 months. Also, sorry if you hear the fan. I'm heating up some pizza. Like a Valentine's Day cake. How do you cut into this? Oh! But she wants some. Ooh.
Snacks. Was absolutely
Was it the apple
amazing.
pie one? Apple.
It was
That
something-
was really
It was
good.
like something like poppy.
Oh, good.
It was, what was it, coffee cake?
When I do like a full face of foundation and makeup, I do a double cleanse, do one more pass with micellar water, clean off as best and as much as I can. And it's getting kind of better, but that's also in combination with spironolactone that I've been taking, that was prescribed for my derm, and also tretinoin. So yeah, this is another extra step that I'll do whenever full face with heavy makeup. This is a new toner I've been using, Skin 1004 Centella. That particular line in their skincare, skin barrier repair. Really liking this Anua Rice Serum. This is probably my third repurchase of this serum. It's packed with ceramides. It's another barrier repair serum step, which I feel like you can't overdo it with skin barrier products, at least that's my opinion. I could be wrong. Seems to work pretty well with my skin. If you have skin texture similar to mine, maybe try it out. Do a face mask. This feels good. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I finished Before I Let Go last night and I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. So it's a second chance romance book and some trigger warnings for it. It deals with grief and miscarriage, ideation of self-harm, depression, and some, it's a open door romance as well, so there are some explicit sex scenes, so just be wary if you're gonna read this book. I really liked it, especially when they're talking about grief. I see it like time and time again that it's really difficult to describe what my own grief feels like, so I enjoy reading books that cover topics of grief. Character Yasmin goes through a traumatic experience with loss, and the way that she describes her grief and the husband's grief, they're two very different, and it's just very apparent that there's no right way to deal with grief. There really isn't, and everyone deals with loss very different ways, and I loved that how this book portrayed that, and it's so difficult to navigate with like everyone. So yeah, I really liked it. I think there's a second book out there that came out, I want to say last year, and it deals with like one of the characters that were mentioned in this book. I'm teetering right now between rereading Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, or my friend's book club book is The Wedding People, and I should really start that. I'm conflicted. No, I should read Wedding People. I should start Wedding People. But I freaking love Abby Jimenez. I've been just on like a taste for her again. I really wish I could go back in time and reread her books for the first time again, because I don't know, she has the greatest rom-com formula, like for real. I'm so happy I discovered her last year. Just veg out and rot a little bit, and then I'll probably pick a Wedding People. I just finished doing my nails. I ended up just doing what did I do? A base coat and a hard layer. It's pretty dark in here, but it's just so nice and shiny. Anyways, I'm about to start The Wedding People now. I actually have no idea what this book is about. Let's see.
Maybe about weddings.
You think so? I heard nothing but great things. I guess let's just get started. Also, I think I mentioned it before, I really hate hardcovers. What is the point of the sleeves?
See how far we get. I love the dedication to all the strangers who made a dreary moment magical. Very true. You never know if someone's having a shitty ass day.
Move to my bed. I'm only 9 pages in. I have to remind myself that I'm not reading thriller because the things Phoebe is saying, like, ooh, the bride is good. A very good bride. Like, it makes me think, ooh, Phoebe, what are you up to? Like, does that make sense? I'm in like thriller mystery mode. Everyone is a suspect here. In the 9 pages that I've read so far, that it just goes right into it. Phoebe's at the hotel. It's noisy, it's chaotic because of the wedding people, the wedding guests, and she hates weddings, I guess, because she just got a divorce. What is happening? I can't tell if Phoebe is being so serious right now or if she's joking. Oh my god. Phoebe. Oh my god. Okay, this just got really interesting. Now I'm like into it. I love that. I did not have to read like 100 pages for the plot to like really pick up. Color me impressed. Damn, I'm like into it. Shoot. It's 11 o'clock. I have to go to sleep. Maybe I'll read for like 30 more minutes. Good morning. Happy Monday. Yeah, I knocked out 5 minutes later last night. I think I read like 2 more pages and called it a night. It is so windy right now. My windows are literally shaking. I don't know if you can hear it. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna call it here. And thank you for spending the weekend with me. It was super fun. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Illy!